Ladies and gentlemen, friends, family, and fellow community members, today I sit before you to shed light on a topic that often remains hidden in the shadows of our society: post-traumatic stress disorder, commonly known as PTSD. This silent affliction affects millions of people worldwide, and its impact on individuals, families, and communities cannot be underestimated. Hey there, my name's Tabby, and I'm a mental health guide that is obsessed with empowering you to live a life that you truly love. And today, we're going to dive in to a complex yet simple diagnosis, and I'm going to share a story that maybe might help. Imagine living in a world where sounds, sights, and smells trigger a panic attack, where sleep just doesn't happen, and where the simplest tasks, such as taking a shower, become incredibly impossible. This is the reality of people who live with PTSD. It's a condition that develops in response to a traumatic event. You can experience or witness violence, warfare, an accident, or any other life-altering event that shakes your core. Living with PTSD and having symptoms and flashbacks are extremely challenging and very complex to understand. Individuals may experience intrusive memories, nightmares, or even a flashback as if they were reliving the traumatic event. They may also exhibit extreme anxiety, hypervigilance, or extreme awareness of surroundings, and also an overwhelming sense of fear. These symptoms can significantly impact a person's daily life that also affects their relationships, work, and overall well-being. Now, to truly understand what PTSD can do to a person, I want to share you a short story. But before I begin, I want to show you what PTSD does to the mind. I'm sitting here and I'm slightly shaking. It's not bad because I know what's about to happen. Now, throughout this story, I'm just going to lift my hand up to show you the impact of what talking about this stuff does. Again, just a very slight shake. Like, you can't even, it's nothing. Now, to give you some information, some backstory, my wife is a mobile mechanic in North Texas. We opened this business this year and she is thriving. Now, on this particular day, I was with our children while she was working on a car. She was in the neighborhood, so it wasn't very far. Now, we do live in Texas, so it does get up and over 100 degrees on any given day. I loaded the kids up and we went to the pool. Now, living in North Texas, I have the privilege of living in an incredible HOA. And we have badges to get into our amenities, and they come with a visitor pass as well. I don't have any marks on my visitor badge. Now, I'm going to show you this because I want you to see that it's only me on this picture with my last name. These badges were changed this year to include our children, our very minor children on this badge. Now, I know that I lose things at the drop of a hat, so I made the decision not to put my children on this badge. Now, I know a lot of you are like, but why? But why? I live in one of the biggest child trafficking areas in Texas. Everybody who lives here knows that. So yes, I have refused to put my minor children on the badge, and I planned on saying that each and every time. This badge is not government issued. Therefore, it should be left up to me. That's my parental right. Ooh, I'm shaking a little bit more because I know it's coming. Talking about this kind of stuff is not easy for people, even though I make it seem really easy. Now, fast forward. I've lived in this neighborhood since the pandemic of March 2020, and I'm not a person that's unrecognized. We go to the pool, the lifeguard that is meant to check us out, to check us in, blows a whistle so loud that I jumped. A supervisor comes running, and they both begin to inform me that the kids need to be put on the badge. Okay, thank you for doing your job. Now, this would be fine, except the supervisor decided to step in front of me as if he was going to block me from entering the pool. This is not okay. At this point, I began shaking and I'm yelling. And as I sit here now, I shouldn't have yelled at a child. However, the implications, there was no stopping it. I started yelling. I said, no, don't. Short words. Short words. I told my 12-year-old daughter, she's the oldest, to text my wife because I was shaking. So she did. And it wasn't less than 5 minutes that Jess flew to the pool and saved the day. Now, as I was sitting here typing this, I was starting to shake, and it was bad. I'm sitting here squeezing my hands because I'm shaking. I've got chills running through my body because I'm literally reliving this moment, sitting here telling you. This is not easy. My trigger is being blocked. My trauma comes from being restrained. Awareness and support are crucial in helping those around you. Whether they have PTSD or not, you just don't know. As society, we have to break the silence surrounding mental health. We have to provide safe spaces for open dialogue like this. By fostering an environment of understanding and compassion, we can ensure that people affected with PTSD feel seen, heard, and supported. Mental health professionals play a vital role in the treatment and recovery of individuals with PTSD. Therapies such as CBT, or cognitive behavioral therapy, and eye movement desensitization, or EDMR, have shown promising results in helping other people manage their symptoms and develop effective coping skills. It's also essential for us to provide resources and access to mental health services for those in need. Governments, organizations, and communities must invest in mental health initiatives. This will ensure that mental health care is affordable, accessible, and destigmatized. The impact of post-traumatic stress disorder cannot be underestimated. It affects not only the individuals living with it, but their families, their friends, and community. By sharing stories like mine, fostering an environment of understanding and support, we can make a difference in the lives affected with this debilitating condition. I'm going to leave you the same way that I always do. Be kind to yourself, always.